Welcome to another episode of Journey to Success Unveiled, Sports Medicine Edition.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's episode. Today, we'll be interviewing Rafael Campos. But first, Rafa, thank you for taking the time to be part of this series focused on sports medicine and its impact on athletes like you. So, tell us a little about yourself. Let's start off by getting to know you.
First of all, thank you, Sarah. It's a pleasure to be here with you. A little bit about myself. Rafael Campos from Puerto Rico. I play golf for a living. Been a professional golfer for the last 14, 15 years now. And pretty cool. I actually went to Baldwin School in my high school. Went to college in the States at BCU, Virginia Commonwealth University. Graduated business administration and finance. And after that, I decided to give professional golf a try. And so I turned pro, lived in Miami for a few years, and then moved back home to Puerto Rico and based myself here now. And currently I'm on the PGA Tour. For people that don't know about golf, it's like baseball. You got double A, triple A, major leagues. And fortunately we're back in major leagues. And so it's been 14 years between all the three tours, all the three stages you have to go through. And yeah, so I'm happy to be here with you guys, and hopefully you guys get to learn a little bit about myself and what it takes sometimes to be a professional athlete.
Awesome. Well, let's start off by first asking, how has sports medicine played a role in keeping you healthy and preventing injuries during your athletic journey?
So sports medicine by far is probably one of the most important parts of the job for us, or part of the team. I honestly had no idea how important staying healthy, being fit, trying to do the right things as far as workouts go and all that were until, to tell you the truth, 4 or 5 years ago. A lot of trial and error. I thought I had more than enough game to be among the best players in the world. But as time went on, as I grew older, I started feeling my body kind of telling me like, hey, kind of slow down. We can't do this with the amount of weight that you have right now. And the truth is, for a lot of athletes, especially golfers, baseball players, tennis players, the human body is not meant to rotate at high speeds. That actually physically, the human body is not meant to do those type of movements. So for us, we tend to have a lot of injuries, and most of those injuries are back issues in general. So sports medicine is by far probably one of the top priorities on my list right now, as far as to be able to play at a high level consistently, and at the same time try to avoid those injuries. So yeah, it's extremely important for an athlete, especially for me as a golfer, to make sure that the sports medicine part of my game, which includes physiotherapists, trainers, and anything that has to do with recovery and the body, is extremely important.
Well, that's awesome. Can you share a specific instance where a sports medicine professional helped you recover from an injury or improve your performance?
So yeah, it's extremely easy for me right now to say this because not long ago, actually 2 weeks ago, I actually had a very severe back issue. I thought I had torn a muscle in my back, and fortunately, we went to our physios and our doctors, and we had an MRI done for my back, and there was no major tear. And it's funny how it's important, because I kept on asking the doctors, I'm like, okay, if there's no tear, why do I have so much pain? Why can't I barely move? And but with the help of those doctors, slow progression into the workouts, start mobility and everything, we were able to, in literally a week, something that I thought was going to take me a couple of months, literally it took me 7 days to actually be able to hit a golf ball again. And how did it help? Well, I had a pretty good week last week. So basically a week after that injury, I was back working, and we had a very good, consistent week where we had a chance to win. And so I can't be happier because of that. So that's one instance. And as far as my career goes, 6 years ago, I tore my quadratus lumbarda, muscle in my back on the left side, and that I was unable to play for 7 months. You know, it was a severe tear, and but at the same time, it was 7 months of pure therapy, just working with the trainers, just working with the physios, and you kind of learn how the body adapts and what you have to do if in case something like that happens again. And so since then, since like 5 years ago, I decided, okay, let's do some life changes, and we've lost some weight. We kind of made sure that any workout that I do is core oriented, which allows us to avoid those injuries. So the last couple of years were injury free, and this was just an unexpected injury out of nowhere. I just made a bad move while working out, but fortunately we got it on time. And how has that helped? You see how sports medicine, those doctors, those physios, and the trainers kind of, if you listen to them, you'll be able to get back to work pretty soon.
Well, it's great to hear that you're doing well now. What advice have sports medicine doctors given you find particularly beneficial for your training routine?
Well, one advice is like not sometimes you don't need to go hard in workouts and movements to actually get the most out of your body. Like I thought that for me to get the core stronger, I needed to do heavier weights. I needed to do faster movements, and basically they taught me how just simple exercises like breathing, the way you breathe, the way like when you actually inhale, when you actually exhale while doing workouts, actually activate the body and actually help you get better results. So it's pretty funny how, you know, small things can add up to better success. You know, you don't have, it's not a sprint, you know, it's a marathon. So another thing that I have learned is like whenever you have issues with your body and whenever you feel that your body is starting to give away and give up, take the necessary time. You know, people want to rush it, but if the body's telling you like, hey, we need a couple of weeks off, we need some time to rest, and sleep is something extremely important. That's something I had no idea, but the better you sleep, the better your body's gonna react to everything. So yeah, that's something I've learned. Just kind of pace yourself through the process, and heavy weights do not mean that you're gonna get stronger. Just means that, you know, you might get bigger, but it's probably sometimes not what you need for to get better results.
Well, that's good to know. In what ways do you collaborate with sports medicine professionals to enhance your overall well-being as an athlete?
In what ways do I collaborate? I'm with them literally every single day of my life right now. We go through the entire processes. Like, for instance, I have my personal trainer for strength and conditioning. I have my physio for injuries. I have my movement coach, basically, so for flexibility and start getting a wider range of motion. And it's funny because we all work together. You know, it's not just one person. It's a group of 3-4 people that, let's say, if I want to get stronger, I'll go to the strength trainer, right? But at the same time, I'm like, I need to get stronger with movement, like more flexibility. So between us 3-4, we make sure that whatever I'm doing that week is detail oriented, and we have a specific goal for the end of the week. So it's every day. I'm in contact with the team. As of right now, all we're doing, as far as since I had a recent injury not long ago, all we were working on, we're doing zero weights right now. We're just gradually starting to do small movements and make sure that anytime I feel a little bit of pain, we have to stop and kind of start talking a little bit about, okay, where did I feel the pain? Why do I think I, felt the pain there? And what can we do to avoid having that pain again? So it's pretty interesting. It's pretty cool to have the physical trainer, the physio, uh, the mobility trainer, as I call them, to all be kind of linked together for just one little simple purpose. It's just a little part of my back that's bothering me, but it's pretty cool. So that's how we're at this point working with the entire team.
That's amazing. Are there specific practices or recommendations from sports medicine that you think all athletes should be aware of?
Stretching, I believe, is key to success and avoidance of injuries. Like I said, I used to never work out, never. And these last 5 years have been pretty life-changing, especially this past year. And it's ironic how, let's just keep going for the example of 2 weeks ago, just because it's fresh in my mind. The physio I was working with on the PGA Tour, he was the one that said, "Hey, Rafa, I don't recommend you playing this tournament. You need to rest at least a week. And all I want you to do is just stretch. I don't want you working out. I don't want you doing any bands or anything like that." So it was funny how every day I would wake up, go straight to the physio. We did it 3 times a day. And it was a 5-minute just stretch. It was a yoga ball, just slowly moving the body, kind of slowly adapting like for movements and analyzing like, okay, which type of movements bother my body, which ones don't. So I think something that I recommend everybody to always do is kind of, even though it sounds kind of like lamish, stretching is extremely important. It doesn't matter if it's 3 minutes of stretching. It doesn't matter if it's 10 minutes or 20 minutes. I have to jumpstart my day at least doing 5 minutes of basic stretches, just so I know that my body's starting to kind of ingrain and actually warm up a little bit for what comes for the day.
That's great. How do you feel about the advancements in sports medicine, and have you personally experienced any benefits from these advancements?
First of all, they're extremely impressive. Not only what doctors know nowadays, but the amount of different gadgets that are out there. This week we started using a back brace. I remember back in the day, the back braces were simply just a back brace, and now you have heat, cold, electricity, all implemented in one. So I do use them a lot. So technology has advanced way much right now. So I think that definitely the time of recovery has sped up a lot because of the advancements in the technology and what the doctors know. The MRI I had last week, I could not believe how detailed they were. We knew exactly what. The cool thing about technology nowadays in this type of job or is that you can start discarding what the problems are not. Basically, it's not that what the problems are. Like, for instance, the MRI, like I said, okay, there's no tear. Why does it hurt so much? And so the way my physios and the doctors were telling me is like, hey, just think about it this way. We do know there is no tear. So we already know, we already took away the possibility of me not being able to move because of a tear. Now we just had to dig deeper into the muscles and tendons to figure out, okay, where is the problem? And it's funny how those MRIs would actually go very far into the actual close to the bones, and you can start seeing like how the movements affect the muscles. So it's pretty nice to. If it weren't for that, I would not have known how to deal with this. And if it weren't for the amount of information these physios, trainers already know because of the advancements in technology, I probably would still not be hitting the golf ball right now. So yeah, I do use them a lot. I do use those new technologies. They come up with different type of things like every 3 months, it seems. So Like I said, that back brace is pretty cool because last year we had the back brace, which was only heat. And all of a sudden, the same back brace now comes with heat, cold, and electricity. So it's pretty cool to see how everything kind of progresses.
Okay, so we spoke a little about the physical side of sports medicine. However, can you share your thoughts on the role of sports medicine in promoting mental and emotional well-being for athletes?
Yeah, definitely. I would not be this happy if it weren't for that. It's the truth. Just the physical we spoke about, the mental part. It's pretty cool how positive you can get and how much self-belief you can actually attain from just knowing that your body is healthy. For me, one of my issues was 3-4 years ago. I would go play golf tournaments and I knew something bothered. It seemed that every single day something bothered, something different. My back, my knee, my arms. So I had self-doubt, to tell you the truth, every time I played. And it's unbelievable how getting back in shape, losing weight, having a stronger core. I step up to the first tee box now, and I have no doubt that my body can hold, walking 7 days a week. I know that I can swing hard at the ball and not have my body kind of, mess up. So as far as mental part, it seems that being able to, thanks to the sports medicine part, being physically fit and automatically improves your mental part. So you have a lot more self-trust, a lot more self-belief, a lot more motivation. At the end of the day, you're just happier. You know that you can do things that you weren't supposed to do, or you can do things that you thought you weren't capable of doing. So yeah, that part. I mean, right now I'm a happy guy. I know that because of this work, I can all the things that we've done as a team, I can go out and play without having to worry about my body. So it's always a positive.
That's great. What would you say to fellow athletes about the value of incorporating sports medicine into their training and recovery routines?
So for me, what would I say to those people about the value of incorporating sports medicine? Remember, sports medicine is not only, like I said, physio. It's physical strength, it's mental strength. So there's a lot of branches that come under sports medicine. So, man, I would say, just talking about pure experience, self-experience, don't wait till it's too late. If I would have known that my golf game could get better, and I would have known that I could have had better results because of being in shape, because of the sport, using sports medicine and actually forming a team around sports medicine. I would have known this a long time ago. I could have been, or I should have been, top players in the world, right now. And so don't leave it till the end. Always make sure you have your physio. It doesn't have to be a physio, just always make sure that you have somebody looking out for your well-being, whether it's mentally or whether it's physically. So yeah, just make sure that you use them. I recommend 100% having a team. That's one thing extremely important. I have my coach, I have my nutritionist, I have my physios, I have a pretty big team around me. And I only started doing this only a few years ago. And like I said, I've been a professional golfer for 14, 15 years. And the only thing I regret in those 15 years is the fact that I did not have this team before. And so, because what I've seen the last year and a half, 2 years since I've had the team, everything has gotten easier. My game has gotten better. Mentally, I'm stronger. I'm performing better under bad situations. I'm performing better under bad golf. So consistency has gotten better, and that's always a success, no matter what type of athlete you are. So yeah, just don't leave it till the end. Always have somebody that can at least in this part of the sports medicine area.
So you mentioned that you've had a 14 to 15 year long professional career. So from your perspective, how can sports medicine contribute to the longevity of an athlete's career?
Well, I know now that thanks to sports medicine, I can. At first, if you would have asked me this question 5 years ago, I probably would have said, "Man, okay, I'm 35. Fortunately, I do play a sport where you can play till you're a lot older. You know, it's not like tennis, it's not like baseball where when you're considered a veteran once you're 30. You know, fortunately, my sport you can play it till you're 50, 60. But I realized like 5 years ago, I'm like, man, I don't think I'm gonna last like 10 more years. You know, like my body won't hold. So I do attribute and I do think that because of sports medicine, because of these teams that we're forming, I can easily now play till I'm 50, 60 years old. So I know for a fact that my career has extended at least 10 more years. So that is a huge plus. And I can guarantee you that if you're, let's say, a tennis player, if you're a baseball player, having a group of sports medicine people around you will easily extend your longevity on the sport that you're playing, no matter what. Doesn't matter if it's a year, it doesn't matter if it's 5 years. In my case, since it's a sport that you don't have so much physical contact, I know for a fact my career span has expanded at least 10 years. So that's a huge, huge plus for me and my family.
Well, that's going to be it for today, Rafa. Once again, thank you for your time. It is greatly appreciated, and we are hoping for the best in the rest of your career.
Thank you, Seba. Thank you for your time. And here, anytime you guys need anything from me, I'll be available. So thank you guys and have a great day.
Thank you.